Hello, my wonderful art students. Today, first and second grade are going to be working with family members to create a piece of art. Third grade, you're going to be focused on using line when you create. Fourth grade, you're going to be framing a piece of art that you've already made. If you've been doing any of our lessons online, then you should have several pieces to choose from at home. And then fifth grade, you guys are designing your dream playground. So it could have anything like water slides, an ice cream shop, like anything you want. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so as we get started, Hayden is going to be my drawing buddy today, and we are going to draw together. So Hayden, you're going to draw, and then Mommy's going to draw, okay? Cool.
I'm one of Mommy's kids that have the curly hair.
That's right, buddy. So you go ahead and draw your first part. Do you remember what we talked about?
Metroid.
Yeah, so you draw your first part, and then I'll add to it. You got is your pencil working? Here, can I trade you for my one pencil?
Thank you. Here's your time.
Yeah, you can use my green one. Right. So Hayden, what are you gonna draw?
First, for the Metroid, we're gonna make a big plank like this.
What shape is that?
A rectangle, but it needs to have the holes because that's the doorways.
Okay, go ahead and make them. If you want to go ahead and make them. So if you don't know, Metroid is a video game, and Hayden and Abby like to play it.
It's in the Nintendo Switch that's on the Super Nintendo.
That's right.
And for this, we're gonna draw,
Go ahead and add your line, buddy. If it's a rectangle.
a big line like this for if we're going to go up. But I'm just gonna draw a ladder right here. You draw these. You just draw strikes onto here.
And that's the part you climb on, right?
Yeah, it's a ladder. And
can I draw some bricks?
There's an edge.
Can I draw some bricks over here?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
That will be the secret.
Okay, I'm gonna draw some bricks on this side because the ladder, is it propped up against a wall?
Oh yeah, that's right. And I'll do the lines.
Okay. Does that look okay for bricks?
Yep, that will look okay for bricks. Let me do it.
I'm just gonna finish the wall. Now you can add some more.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is if you want to add like humans or like kids, you can do that. But before we do that,
can you draw Samus?
Of course, it did take hard. It is hard, but you do this, and then draw lines, and then draw line over these. Then
Was that a Metroid?
no.
Is it Samus?
Yeah, and just color it all the whole thing in. And done. Here you go. That's Samus.
Very cool. Can I draw a little Metroid?
Yeah, he just has little eyes
Okay.
like this. They're circles.
Do the little hands. And then the little
Daddy can help.
brain inside. Very good. Okay. Where are they at? Are they outside or are they in space?
They're up here. They have to go up here. They have to go up here. They have to go up here.
Okay, so it's a different level.
Yeah, different level.
Can I draw outer space up in the sky up here? Or are you gonna do it?
I can draw the circles for you. But, let me draw enough circles for stars.
Can I draw some stars for us?
I'm almost done with the little stars.
Or those circles?
Those
You
are
draw
just,
good circles.
no, those great, they're stars. 100 stars. I draw my stars as circles. And Mommy, if you want to make another star, it could be a plus X.
Oh, I could do that. I'm gonna come in. Can I make this guy a planet?
Uh-huh.
Give him a ring. Maybe make this one a planet too.
Mm-hmm.
Do a big ring.
Hey, I know a planet that's... Can I make some planets?
Well, let me finish my rocket.
And,
Okay.
okay, and how about we... it's really hard to make Samus's ship, so let me try to make it. You do this, and then you put a helium here.
Is that a tank?
Yeah, a tank. Then you put Samus's thing on, and that's where the thing is. And put this right here, and that's where she gets charging.
Excellent. Well, do you like our picture together?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think we're done?
No, we're almost done.
Okay, what else do we need?
We need this planet with strikes on it. It has
Oh, like Jupiter?
yeah.
With the stripes going through?
And it's cold. And we put little dots on this one.
That looks like craters, like the moon.
Yes.
Some craters.
Crater, it's the moon. And for this little one, we're gonna draw a little thing.
And color it in.
It's an island.
Oh.
Then put a stream right on it. That's Jupiter, or that's Earth.
Oh, that's Earth with an island and a stream. All right, well, let's go ahead. Can you say bye to my friends?
5.
All right, now that we're done drawing with Hayden, let's go ahead and move on to 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. I'm going to be drawing the Dream Playground for 5th grade. Just like my other landscapes, I like to start by drawing the ground, and if you've noticed, I prefer hills. I'm going to start my playground with some monkey bars. They're one of my favorite items of playground equipment. I'm going to make them look three-dimensional, so I started with 2 vertical lines up, connected them with a straight line, 2 diagonal lines back, connect them with a straight line, and then another line down on each side. Whenever you draw monkey bars, parallel lines are very important. And remember, parallel lines are lines that run beside each other, and they never intersect. Okay, so this is supposed to be your dream playground, and I have to be honest with you, I have always liked water parks, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw my first pool, which leads into a lazy river. I want my pool to look three-dimensional just like my monkey bars, so I'm gonna draw a line down in the corner and then draw a line where the water's edge touches my ground. In my lazy river, I'm gonna have floaties. If you want to add a donut-shaped floaty like me, you draw a large oval and then a small oval in the middle. I'm also going to add lines to show the waves or the texture of my pool. I've always enjoyed water slides as well, so I'm going to include a water slide in my dream playground. If you want to draw a slide as well, you'll draw 2 curved lines that are parallel up towards the sky. Once you're done with that, you'll connect them with a straight line at the top and bottom, and then erase any lines that you overlapped, just like I did with my ground. I'm also going to give it sides, so that way whenever you slide down the slide, you don't fall off. The 2 lines for the edge of the slide run parallel as well. Finally, I'm going to add a ladder by drawing 2 straight lines down, and the rungs of the ladder will be drawn the opposite direction, going up towards the top of the slide. To show that it's a water slide, I'm going to draw similar lines to the ones that I drew in my lazy river. Whenever you slide down a water slide, you want to make sure you have enough room at the end of it so you don't hit the side of the pool. so I'm changing the shape of my lazy river just a little bit at the end. In the background, I'm going to draw some swings. They're going to be smaller than my monkey bars, and instead of making them three-dimensional, I'm going to draw them where they're right in front of me so I don't see all the other bars on the side. Use a large rectangle for the frame of your swings. 2 thinner rectangles can be used in the center, and then a very small rectangle will be the seat of the swing. Next, I'm going to draw clouds in the sky. Remember that clouds are natural or organic shapes, so they don't have to be perfect when you make them. The next thing I'm going to add to my playground is going to be a series of tunnels underground. This is the opening. To draw a hole in the ground, I started with an oval. I'm also going to add a protective cover over the hole. To show that the hole is three-dimensional, I'm going to add an edge to it, and then I'm going to color in the rest. Once I'm done with the playground, I'm going to go in and add lines for our third graders. I'm adding a few here so I don't forget later. My tunnels are going to need to lead somewhere. The first thing I'm going to do is to bring them up out of the ground, kind of towards my background. My tunnels are going to lead to a rocket ship in the background. To show the curve of my tunnel, I'm going to add curved lines across the top. The shape of my rocket ship will be made up of a rectangle at the base and a triangle placed on top of it. I'll extend my triangle into my cloud. I'm going to draw 3 thin triangles for the fins of my rocket ship. The last detail I want to add are thin strips of windows across the front of it. Now that I'm done drawing my playground, I'm going to move on to the lines for third grade. My first set of lines are going to be for the grass texture near the pool. They're short and quick lines. On my slide, I'm going to use an even squiggle for the edges. On my rocket ship, I'm going to add some zigzag lines. I haven't drawn a sun in the sky yet, so I'm going to represent the sun with a spiral line. I'm going to use a pattern of straight lines for the rays of the sun. To help keep my sun balanced, I'm going to draw one line on one side and then another on the opposite to make sure things are even. If you need to rotate your paper to keep your lines even at a straight angle, you can do that. I'm going to use a series of arches to create a fence. My hand got tired when I was making the grass, so I'm going to go ahead and go back and finish. My fence is made out of wood, so I'm going to draw some curved lines on each plank to show its wood grain texture. Across one of my pool floaties, I'm going to add some lines to make stripes. To make my clouds more textured, I'm going to add some quick double arched lines. Think of it like the letter W or M, just really quickly. Because my rocket ship is actually a building, I'm going to add shingles. They're going to be shaped like the letter U, over and over again. You keep adding layers of the letter U until you get to the bottom of your triangle. I want my tunnel to have more texture, so I'm going to add some more short curved lines. To show that my swings are held up by chains, I'm going to make a chain texture by connecting ovals. Remember that a shape is just a line that encloses a space. As I look at my drawing, I realize that most of my lines are about the same width, so I'm going to come in and add some bold lines in my monkey bars. Lines are thick, dark, and meant to stand out. To create a simple cross-hatch texture, I'm going to draw the letter X on the ridge of my pool. There are so many different types of lines that you can use when drawing. I've tried to give you many examples today. The lines that I'm drawing in the background are curled lines meant to look like springs. The space at the bottom of my paper is a little empty, so I'm going to add some rocks and grass to fill it in. I'm also going to use horizontal and diagonal lines to create rough ground texture. And lastly, I'm going to use lines to make some magic in the water. Bubbles can be represented by circles. Popped bubbles can be represented by 4 straight lines that don't touch. I'm also going to add spirals and zigzags to my water. Now that we are done creating, I'm going to move on to the last thing, showing 4th grade how to frame and label your art. Since we are working with different things at home, I'm going to show you the most basic way you can create a frame and label for your artwork. First, I'm going to fold my artwork to make a straight line across it. I'm going to cut off the extra writing at the top. I'm going to set my extra paper aside for my label. The next step, we need to stick our paper to another sheet of paper. So if you have glue sticks or a glue bottle at home, you can use it. Just don't squeeze too much onto your paper if you've got a glue bottle, or you can use tape like I'm doing right now. You'll want it to stick on all 4 corners and in the center. The next thing you'll need is what you're framing it with. We have some construction paper at home, so that's what I'll be using. If you don't have construction paper or anything else, you can always use the backside of a cereal box or other pieces of cardboard. The piece of paper that we cut for our label is a little long, so I'm going to cut it in half. You'll flip the paper over, and on the back side, you're going to write your name, first and last. Then you'll write the title of your work. So if you haven't already chosen a title, look at your piece of art and figure out what you want to name it. If you have room at the end of your title, write the date there. If not, you can write it underneath it. The last step is to write what you made it out of. I used pencil and paper. Just like you did with your artwork, you're going to add tape to all 4 corners. If you want, you can add it to the middle of your label, but you don't have to since it's a smaller piece of paper. And then you'll stick your label underneath your artwork on your paper that you mounted it on or the cardboard that you mounted it on. Be sure you pay attention to your spacing. I hope you enjoyed drawing with Hayden and I today. I wish you well, my wonderful art students.